So welcome Pisces to your June forecast. This is Ava of Virtual Tarot. Trudy will be doing the mid-month readings, so please stay tuned for that. I, on the other hand, do the feature readings for the coming month. And what that entails is the use of the tarot in a 4-card spread. That allows us to glimpse into the future in a very succinct manner. The first card represents the environment of the month, the second, the challenge, the third, the unexpected, and the fourth, the outcome or a commentary on the energy of the month. And I designed this reading myself because I needed something that would give us a serious glimpse into the future without being too complex, because we need to get at the heart of the truth quickly and succinctly. But I've also decided that what I'm going to include at the end of the reading, if you wish to stay tuned after the reading is done, is to give you a sort of a soul revelation for your sign. Pisces, that would be you. And meaning a little deeper insight into some aspects of what it is to be a Pisces. And I am a Pisces, and so it's always interested me. Astrology, of course, is an aspect of what we do here, but perhaps not enough of an aspect. So I've decided to broaden the scope of what I do here, at least. So, as an oracle, a prognosticator, I choose to do it spontaneously, believing absolutely in the magnificent power of the moment to glean for us insight into our future. So I shuffle, I separate the cards into 3 piles, and then I choose. And here it is. Look here. This is the 8 of Cups, and it's upright. The 8 of Cups upright. Well, it, as you could see, maybe you couldn't for the light, it shows a man walking away from 8 assembled cups behind him. And in the tarot, the cups are symbolic of our emotional body, life. And so what it's saying is that for the month of June, Pisces, you're going to be walking away from some unhappiness, from an unhappy situation, maybe an unhappy relationship, circumstance. But you've made up your mind at the point you reach June. You're really ready now to move on. You want to let go. You want to let go of that situation. Because really you've had enough. You can't take anymore. So consequently, it's over. Finished. You're done. It's the end of a cycle. And of course, at the end of a cycle, a new cycle begins. But you see, June ends it, really. It's the culmination of that situation. And you're ready to go forward. Now, why are you leaving it? You're leaving it, as I said, it's a walking away from an unhappy circumstance, situation. A situation that had drained you emotionally, exhausted you emotionally, a bad situation that has not been fulfilling for you emotionally, taxing. And so what is the mental state you'll be in June? It will be one of finding yourself again, rediscovering who you are on an emotional level. Bringing up your courage and strength to go, to leave, to start again, and to follow your dream. And there's a certain amount of loneliness involved in it. The card even feels a little bit lonely, melancholy. And certainly when we leave totally a situation that we had been so involved with emotionally, there's melancholy attached to that. Well, still, it's a beautiful thing to have reached that conclusion and to be acting on it, to move on. See, he's walking away. And so there's action away from that situation. So let's see what your challenge is for the month of June, dear Pisces. And here it is. Let's see if I can get out of that light. There it is. It's the Seven of Swords, Pisces. I used to call this the sneaky, sneaky card because he's tiptoeing away with the loot, in a sense, with the loot. But it's really quite a profound card, all teasing aside. So what is your challenge? Your challenge is to take initiative and to be very resourceful with, swords are about the mind, mentally resourceful, innovative, inventive, in other words. Invent with what you're given, with the tools you have, with the mental tools you have, with your circumstance, and to be very strategic. Maybe even stealth, secretive, not revealing your strategy, not revealing your plans. Remember, this is your challenge. Using your wits, and consequently beating the enemy at his own game. You see, he's sort of like a spy, and he's absconding with the enemy's swords, in a sense, beating the enemy at his own game. And taking very daring action, consequently. Doing it in a way that's unpredictable. Doing something unexpected is important to accomplishing your aim. So being unpredictable, but self-reliant. Again, self-reliant. maybe plotting a course of action strategically again, adapting, being flexible, mentally flexible, and perhaps even cunning, like a fox. A fox is a small animal, and so he's had to use his intelligence, his wits, to survive. Maybe there are people who are trying to steal from you, maybe your intellectual property. That could be too. And your challenge is to protect what is your own. There. Now, hold on. My, everything is falling apart here. All right. Let's see now. Let's move on here to your position of, the unexpected. And look at this. We've got a major arcana card. So actually, Pisces, when we get a major arcana card in the spread, and it's upright and I've reversed many of the cards, so the whole spread right now is upright, positive. The Fool is the unexpected element, and this is wonderful because it actually will dominate. This energy will dominate the month. And when I think about the Fool, I think about a realization comes over you unexpectedly that you're actually following the divine order of things, that things have happened as they should, as they are a part of your destiny. And you feel then that this divine order is right for you. Therefore, you open up to the changes that, again, have been prescribed by the Eight of Cups, this walking away, this starting of a new cycle, which immediately suggests a great deal of change. And a change that demands a certain amount of risk. Again, daring, risk. This is involved. But you're willing to follow your instincts now. And you're willing to take that risk. You're willing to take a chance. And you become unexpectedly fearless. Fearless. Totally spontaneous. Now, isn't that wonderful? And unexpectedly, your horizons broaden. The small world, the confinement, and remember, you had an 8. 8 is about limitation, about boundaries as well. So, you know, in psychology, they say to establish your boundaries. So there's a certain amount of establishing your boundaries. But then again, here, unexpectedly, you feel boundless. The boundaries have opened up. That's what's unexpected. And there's a certain amount of magic involved in the card. It's sort of like a miracle happens. Some sort of miracle occurs, or at least you feel the miraculousness of life. And you have a deep appreciation then of the occurrences that are happening in the month of June for you, the sort of wondrous magic of things. Again, divine. You feel the divinity pouring in to the events that you're going to encounter. And you feel really pure of heart. And like the Eight of Cups, you are finding yourself. You set yourself on this journey where you feel a tremendous injection of freedom, a sense of real freedom, freedom of action, freedom of thought, freedom to expand out into what you want to be, who you want to be, really. So let's move on here to the final card, which is another 8. Another 8. Another 8. Look at that. The 8 of Pentacles. The master craftsman is the card. The skilled mastery of something. So this is about securing your future also on a very practical level. So with all this emotional sort of a leaving leaving emotional baggage behind, really, is what you're doing. Also, having to sort of pull a rabbit out of your hat with the 7 of Swords, being innovative with the mental tools that you have. Here, what we have is working hard and doing impeccable work where you're giving it everything you have, giving it your best shot, increasing your knowledge about something, learning, educating yourself, making real, strong progress forward on a very practical level, seeing practical results of your work, being very productive and personally fulfilled by what you're producing, and in a sense also raising the bar higher than working towards a better product, shall we say, whatever that product might be, building your business. But you take tremendous pride in your work at the end of the month, or this could be a commentary again. But really, it's just pure ambition. Pure, unadulterated progress and ambition. You're reaching your goals through, again, being focused, concentrated, and doing good work, the best work that you can produce, Pisces. Excellent. So, what's interesting about the reading, in summary, is that we are bookended by 2 8s. We have the 8 of Cups in the beginning and the 8 of Pentacles at the end. And 8s represent limitation, boundaries, the enforcement of boundaries. You can do that there you are. Pardon me, something happened to my computer. Let me continue. Thank God it didn't turn off, because I wouldn't want to interrupt that flow. What I'm saying is that something happened to you that's sort of was emotionally overwhelming, and the limitations of that situation are being left behind. The limitations sometimes of love, and drawing maybe boundaries around yourself, saying, no, you can't trespass. No, you can't do that. No, I won't do that. And that's with the 8 of Cups. But with the 8 of Pentacles, what we have in the 8 is, again, boundary, limitations, but the boundary is self-discipline. The boundary is self-discipline. You have to be very, very self-disciplined and stay within the boundary of what is practical as well. So that's the interesting demands on you in June, but very, very fulfilling. So what I wanted to get to now, you can leave if all you wanted was your forecast. It's done. What I'm going to do now is speak just a bit on soul revelation for you Pisces. And I'll elaborate a little more in the council cards. That's what I want to do too, is elaborate a little more within the council card area, so I don't bore you here. Pisces. Now your symbol is the fish, moving in opposite directions. And I wanted to mention that that's very interesting, because in Pisces there's always a struggle, therefore, with duality. A search for deeper meaning, which propels us fish in one direction. We want to elevate, to unite with our higher self, with the divine within us, to do something purposeful, meaningful with our life. And then we've got the other one, leading the other way, which binds us to the material world. And so we're at cross purposes sometimes within our own soul. And interestingly enough, what this causes in the Piscean experience is a sort of life of moments, situations that are catastrophic. Our life is generally punctuated by catastrophic events that help us to change, to destroy the past, the karma. You see, Pisces is the very last sign. We're at the end of a reincarnational cycle, and we're about to start again. You see, sort of like, if you think of it, we go through the 12 cycles and we elevate, and then we again start and we go again into another 12 cycle. So at Pisces, we're ready to leave behind the karmic dross, the karmic waste that we've been dragging behind us. And so often our life is this punctuation of beautiful, beautiful, wonderful events, no doubt, but catastrophic ones too, where the old forms are destroyed And this allows for total renewal, like a coming up of the phoenix. A phoenix is one of our symbols too, you know. Phoenix rising out of the ashes of the past, so that we can ascend, so that we aren't carrying what is not anymore a part of, or not anymore a part of what will help us to meet our higher self. We are all destined to become divine, the gods that we are. That's the entire philosophy of the Tarot. It's a Hermetic philosophy, meaning that it understands that the dual nature of man, the animal and the God, living all in one place. But we are destined to become that divine being. And so the whole school here, this earthly school, is about that. And Pisces, I just wanted to mention that. So in the council cards, which I'm going to tell you about now, in the council cards, I will do a reiteration, a deeper reiteration of the reading. I'll add also spiritual counsel channeled through the major arcana to give us even further insight into the inner workings of this particular spread, because every card has levels of meaning. And so I reveal the higher levels, or the deeper levels of the meaning. And then I will also add a little more insight into your particular soul family, Pisces. And if you would like a reading, a personal and private reading from Trudy, there's a link below for that too. So there's a link to my council cards, which are the price of a cup of coffee, just right below. And of course, there's also Trudy's personal readings below as well. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you next month, which is the month of July, June, July. And we're right in the heart of summer next month. So thank you, Pisces. I love you so much. Thank you for subscribing. And go see the other signs. If you know your rising or your moon sign, go there too. It's helpful. Thank you. See you later. Let me turn you off if I can reach over here.